everybody, I just wanted to make a really short video about our new microwave ceramic egg cooker. I did a post yesterday and I showed you some different recipes that you could do. An omelet takes about 2 minutes. You can make a fresh blueberry lemon muffin, which I hear is delicious. I haven't had it yet. You can also do your oatmeal, whether it be steel cut or instant. You can brew your tea, and you just have the ceramic part of the egg cooker, a nice little silicone grip here so it stays nice and cool when you take it out of the oven. So when you're doing your omelet, you're just gonna crack your eggs in here, throw in your grated cheese, your crumbled bacon, maybe some chunks, little chunks of asparagus tips, whatever you want in your omelet. You put this on, hold the hole, shake it up to mix up your omelet. It goes in the microwave. A couple of minutes, you have a nice little omelet. You can take it on the go with you, or you can just pop it out onto a plate, eat it right at home. I've done a homemade cinnamon roll in here that took about 1 minute and 15 seconds. But today I was having some lunch and I really was craving some chocolate, so I decided to do the new chocolate mug cake. So what we're gonna do in here is I'm gonna put 1/4 cup of chocolate chips, and I'm gonna pop this in the microwave just for about 30 seconds to let that melt. So we'll get that going. And then I'm gonna separate an egg, and this is another one of my little favorite things, our egg separator, because it hooks right onto the bowl, so you can kind of do this hands-free. And just a little tip, the warmer the egg, the quicker it'll separate, so let it kind of sit out at room temperature. Mine did not, so you can see it's gonna take a few minutes. So we'll just kind of let this go around here and separate our egg. And we really just want the yolk part of our egg, so we're gonna get rid of our white. And then the part I like about this is you have your yolk in here, and once you separate, if you want to use this as a whisk to whisk up, you could absolutely do that. So let's pull our chocolate out of here. I'm going to use our little mini mix and scraper. It's not quite melted yet, so we're going to go back in the microwave and let that get melted. So online you can find recipes for mug cakes, and that's the kind of thing you're going to be able to do in this microwave egg cooker, but it's those single serve. I think you're going to want one of these ceramic microwave egg cookers for every person in your family, because they can throw in what they want, they can take it on the go, they can go. I haven't tried it in my cup holder yet, so I'm not really sure if it fits in the cup holder as of yet, but we'll see what happens. So when our chocolate comes out and it's melted almost smooth, we're going to add in an egg. We're going to add in 1 tablespoon of milk, and we're going to add in 1/2 tablespoon of cocoa powder. So this chocolate cake is completely gluten-free, flourless. So for those people who are trying to be a little more healthy, even though I'm going to have a little decadent dessert, you know, we're still going to have no flour and no gluten going on in here. And my chocolate chips still aren't melted. Maybe it's because I had old chocolate chips. We'll see what happens here. Let's go back another 30 minutes. Or 30 seconds, not 30 minutes. If you're gonna put your chocolate in, make sure you stir it about every 30 seconds, because if you go just a little bit too long, it's all gonna seize up, and then you're gonna have a really, really big mess. And then once this chocolate mug cake is done, it's gonna cook for about 1 minute. We're gonna let it cool just for a few seconds, and you can dump it out on a plate. You can eat it from the ceramic egg cooker, but we're gonna make some homemade whipped topping with our new whipped cream maker that is flying off of Pampered Chef shelves. And another thing that's kind of flying off our shelves, I know you probably saw me do a video on this a while back, is our microwave popcorn popper. So let's pull this little guy. Oh yeah, that looks way better. Okay, so in here we're gonna add our egg. We'll add our 1/2 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. So that's gonna go in. And our 1 tablespoon of milk. And you just kind of want to stir it up. Make sure everything's combined. I don't know if you've all tried the 2-ingredient pancakes that you've seen online. It's 2 eggs and a smashed banana, and you cook them just like a pancake. Delicious for those of you looking for an alternative, just not the traditional pancake. And then I got some almond butter, which I had never had before. I wasn't real sure about that. And you spread it on and roll it up. I ate it kind of like a crepe, and the sweetness of the banana was really, really good. So you can try that. So we're gonna let that go for 1 minute. We're gonna pull out our whipped cream maker, and what we're gonna use is some heavy whipping cream. I have this right here. I'm sorry you can't see me, but I had to grab my other piece over here. I forgot I had a whipped cream maker that broke the other night. So on here you have actually a fill line where you need to put your heavy whipping cream to. It's going to hold about 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. If you buy a half a pint, that's going to give you your 1 cup. Then you're going to add a splash of vanilla. Now if you want an adult whipped topping, put in Kahlua, Bailey's Irish Cream, maybe a chocolate or a coffee liqueur. If you want a mint, you could use a mint extract. You could use a mint liqueur, cream to mint if you wanted to. And then we're going to sweeten it up, and I just have 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. For an alternative, use instant pudding. So if you use white chocolate pudding, 2 tablespoons of that, chocolate, pumpkin spice, lemon, it's going to give you that flavored whipped topping. And then you're just going to pump. And so it's going to take about 30 to 45 seconds, and you're going to have great whipped topping. When it kind of feels like it gets stiff, then you know that you've pumped it enough. But this is also really good to mix up scrambled eggs. I fit 10 eggs in here that I was going to do for omelets. And the nice part is it pumps a ton of air into those eggs, so it makes them really nice and light and fluffy. I have a customer who did homemade meringue in here. I have one who's doing homemade mayonnaise, which I didn't even know was a thing. You can do that. And then, like I tell people at my shows, the last thing was that you could do homemade butter, and I thought, y'all, I ain't churning butter. But one day I decided to churn butter just to see what the buzz was all about. And you use heavy whipping cream, but it's room temperature. And when you start pumping, it separates the buttermilk. The butter starts clumping up. You wrap it in some cheesecloth, which you can get at any grocery store in the little knick-knack aisle, and you rinse it off, and you can flavor it with salt or chives or garlic or any kind of seasoning. And I literally had a ball of butter. I took a sleeve of saltine crackers, and I just ate that butter on the saltines, ate the whole ball of butter. So let's take a look at our cake, and you can see I can grab this right out of the microwave because that nice little silicone piece right there. And it looks like our cake is maybe still a little wet on the top. So let's let that go for about 20 more seconds. I might stop it at 10 and look at it. 20 in a microwave is a lot. So I can feel this is getting stiffer. This whole thing goes into the dishwasher when you're all finished. So super, super easy for this to clean up. And then the bottom cap that you see, that's just so it doesn't wiggle around on your countertop. That bottom cap is nice. Oh, and I just pulled the bottom of my cake out. Well, anyway, we have our little cake right here. But the bottom cap will actually come off, and it will perform as a cap for this because you can store your whipped topping in the refrigerator. So we're going to pull this little guy off. You have your whipped topping right there. And we're just going to scoop a little bit out on top of our little cake, and it's nice and warm. If I had a decent spoon, I'd eat it. I'm going to grab one out of here that's a huge bamboo spoon. Let me tell you how it tastes. Oh, that's delicious. Maybe spread a little peanut butter on it. Maybe do a little cinnamon sugar for a Mexican chocolate cake. But really, really good, convenient. And then clean up. This whole thing is going to go right into the dishwasher for cleanup. So it's super, super easy. So if you want one of those, or maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of the ceramic egg cookers, just comment below here, and I have an order that I will be putting in on Sunday. They're $16.50. That's $15.50 plus a little bit of tax. If you pick it up at my house in Springfield, you don't have to pay any shipping. I'll take care of that. Just comment here and let me know if you want one. If you live too far, we can ship it right to you. You'll just have to pay tax and shipping. So thanks for watching, you guys. I'm gonna go eat my cake.